Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a heartwarming story with you titled, Mun Always Sticking by My Side. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Of course, if it's not your style, feel free to skip it, no hard feelings. Now, let's begin the story. From the moment I woke up that morning, I knew it was going to be one of those days, because Mun, my clingy black cat, had already claimed his spot right next to me. He was curled into a tight ball against my arm, purring so loudly that it felt like I had a tiny motorcycle engine in bed. I tried to roll over, but Mun scooted along with me, refusing to let the gap between us grow more than a few centimeters. When I finally stood up, Mun trotted behind me with determination, his little paws clicking softly on the floor. It was as though he had decided, today, I will become your permanent shadow. In the bathroom, he sat by the sink, tail twitching, watching me brush my teeth with the seriousness of a supervisor. If I dared to shut the door, I was immediately met with pitiful meows and a paw scratching beneath it, as if he was auditioning for the role of most dramatic cat alive. By the time I reached the kitchen, I had accepted my fate. Mun wasn't just following me. He was practically glued to me. Making coffee became a dangerous mission as he weaved between my legs like a living obstacle course. Later, I sat down at my desk, ready to start work. But Mun, of course, had other plans. The moment my laptop opened, he jumped onto the table, planted himself directly across the keyboard, and gave me the world's most unblinking stare. It was clear, forget your deadlines, pet me instead. I gently moved him to a pillow on the chair beside me. That lasted all of 20 seconds before he climbed right back, this time flopping down with his belly exposed, his golden eyes sparkling with fake innocence. Every time I typed, his tail swept dramatically across the screen, turning serious emails into cat-typed poetry. Phone calls were even worse. The second I started talking, Mun chimed in with loud meows, as if adding commentary to the conversation. My colleague once asked, "Who's your assistant?" He sounds very opinionated. Honestly, Mun was more like a tiny, demanding boss than a helper. Finally, I gave in. I leaned back in my chair, and Mun immediately climbed into my lap, curled into a warm ball, and purred triumphantly. My productivity dropped, but my stress melted. Somehow, being trapped under a clingy cat felt like the sweetest kind of prison. By evening, I thought Mun might give me some space. But no. He followed me to the couch, leapt onto my chest, and stretched out like a furry blanket. Watching TV became nearly impossible, because all I could see was the back of his head. Every time I shifted, he clung tighter, purring louder, as if to say, "Don't even think about moving." Eventually, I stopped resisting. I let Mun nap on me while I stroked his fur. And in that simple moment, I realized something. Mun wasn't just being clingy. He was showing love in the only way cats know how. He didn't bring me flowers or write me poems. Instead, he offered constant presence, soft purrs, and his warm little body pressed close to mine. That night, when I went to bed, Mun was already there, curled against my side. He needed the blanket, tucked his head under my arm, and purred until we both drifted off to sleep. It struck me how much comfort could be found in such small, ordinary acts of affection. Mun, my clingy little shadow, may sometimes trip me, distract me, or turn my work into nonsense. But at the end of the day, he fills my world with warmth, laughter, and love. And honestly, I wouldn't trade his quit ways for anything else. In real life, Mun's clinginess reminds us of how important presence and companionship are, even in the simplest moments. Just like Mun insisted on staying close all day, people around us often show affection in quiet, subtle ways, by checking in, sitting nearby, or simply wanting to share space. In the rush of modern life, filled with deadlines, social media, and endless distractions, we sometimes overlook these gestures or even see them as interruptions. Yet, they are powerful reminders that relationships thrive on attention, patience, and the willingness to simply be there. Instead of viewing closeness as a burden, we can treat it as a gift, a signal that we are loved, trusted, and needed. In today's fast-paced world, where loneliness and disconnection are common, making space for closeness can protect our well-being. The advice here is simple: slow down and value the small acts of affection, whether from people or pets. Allow yourself to pause, accept the warmth of their presence, and give it back in return. Just as Mun turned an ordinary day into one filled with comfort and laughter, we too can transform our daily lives by cherishing the bonds that quietly hold us together.